A search operation is continuing for at least 6 people thrown into a river in the US city of Baltimore after this huge container ship collided with a bridge, sending it crashing into the water. Maintenance workers were working on the bridge when it happened in the early hours of the morning. 2 people were pulled from the freezing waters. Rescuers are now using sonar to search the wreckage for the missing. In the minutes before the crash, it's thought that the container ship had lost power. Well, in a moment, Rebecca Morell will take a step-by-step look at exactly what happened. But first, we have correspondents on both sides of the bridge in Baltimore. Gary O'Donoghue is on the east side and Sumi Somaskanda is on the west. Sumi, first of all, the progress so far of the rescuers?
Sophie, there is a massive search and rescue operation underway. It's going to continue into the night. As you mentioned, they are using sonar detectors to try to more precisely locate where those missing workers might be. We have also learned that FBI divers have joined those rescue and recovery boats and that they are using robotic cameras to also try to locate where those missing workers might be. Now, a law enforcement source who told us that information was not able to say whether there was one or more divers in the water at this moment, and that is because of the jagged debris. You have to remember that massive chunks of metal from this bridge fell right into the river, really complicating efforts. And that indeed corresponds with what we heard from Maryland Senator Ben Cardin, who we spoke to just about half an hour ago, who told us one of the problems in the search and rescue mission at the moment is precisely that they've really had to maintain a surface search because getting deeper into the water has not been possible because of that debris. So they're going to continue searching, Sophie, but several factors working against them at this hour: that debris, the wreckage from the bridge, but of course also weather. It is very cold, and as the evening moves on, it will of course only get colder, and the water conditions. The water very choppy, murky, making this effort all the more difficult.
And Gary O'Donoghue, I mean, the images are extraordinary. A lot of people are very surprised at just how fast this bridge collapsed.
Yeah, Sophie, I've been here since before daybreak, and we were talking to people down by the water's edge, out walking their dogs, people who live very close to the river here, and they were in total shock at what had happened. This is a massive landmark in their lives, something they use on a daily basis, and it had simply disappeared overnight. Some heard the crash. They said they felt their houses shake as the bridge went down. Now, of course, the bridge was named after Francis Scott Key, the author who inspired the words for the Star-Spangled Banner. And one woman said to me, it was a symbol, she said, a symbol of America. This is how the day's events unfolded.
It's just before 1:30 in the morning, and the 985-foot Dali container ship is heading for the open sea. The ship had lost power and was veering straight into one of the bridge's pylons. 8 members of a construction team working on the bridge filling potholes were thrown into the ice-cold water. 2 were rescued, one of whom is critically ill in hospital.
Incredibly, the crew on the ship, realising something was wrong, managed to issue a mayday before hitting the bridge. That allowed the authorities on land to prevent more vehicles from going onto the bridge, unquestionably saving lives.